Four-finger discount, dude.
And we're back.
And we are back.
Jeremy.
Leonardo.
It's been a great month off.
It has been. It hasn't been a month off for me. You've been on vacation on tour. This is welcome to the second Four Finger Radio podcast. As always, we are your hosts, Jeremy Radio.
And Leonardo Solis, a.k.a. Spaceman.
A.k.a. Spaceman Spachimin. Hey, Leo, man.
Hey, dude.
I missed you, dude.
I missed you too, man.
He's been gone a while, and we hang out every day, and it's been hard for me, honestly.
I miss Tiki Tuesdays.
I know. Tiki Tuesdays are very important at the Four Finger headquarters.
Let me rephrase. Tiki Taco Tuesday.
Yeah. Because... can I be honest with you?
Yeah. Go
I feel like every time you come over and we start making tacos, it's like, what can I do to help? And I always feel slightly racist asking you to help with the tortillas, but you're really good at them and I always screw them up.
It's so easy. It's this flour, corn mixture, and water.
But you're so good at it.
I know. I love doing it. It's in my
you could ask me
my
to make,
DNA.
You could ask me to make a cheese sandwich and a box of wine as a white guy. I'm fine.
Make me a grilled cheese sandwich, bitch.
But yeah, thanks to everyone that scoped out episode 1. We've had some really good reviews in person,
amazing.
And also on iTunes.
We did. Get this, Jerry.
Lay it on me, Leo.
We are 5 out of 5.
5 out of 5.
High five.
High five.
5 out of 5. That's pretty freaking good. We're at 100% right now.
100% success rate.
Get this. There's this one review. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
It says, "This podcast is too hot to handle and too cold to hold." Thanks, dude.
Was that you? Be honest.
It was me. I was like, I need to get this. I need some cred.
We're stuffing the ballot box.
We are. Oprah Winfrey said that this was good.
Everyone's getting a podcast. So it's been a good month at Four Finger Industries.
It's been awesome.
If you're in the Charlotte music scene and if you're listening abroad, thank you for caring about what we do.
Thank you so much.
But yeah, in March we had 2 showcases.
We did all the love. So much love from everybody, and we are more than ecstatic to continue to do this.
It's mind blow, and if you listen to the last one, or me and Leo at all, we gush about the Charlotte scene a lot, but the show at the Visualite and the Abari 2 anniversary party, we just did a small stage at.
Yeah, we did.
Just like meeting all the bands and all the other labels in town, and everybody's so supportive and not competitive.
Totally.
And super rad. Mm-hmm. And it's just like, it seriously is a mind blow when you meet like hanging with the cats from Refresh Records, who more about them later, but like, they were just so cool. It wasn't like, oh, another label's in town.
Yeah, for sure.
Like anything we can do to help you guys, let us know.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And that doesn't happen. I won't say any other cities. I don't want to cause beef. But there's other music cities where that does not happen.
It's very true. And the more, after we've started this, the more I've seen other cities, it's like, we really do have something special.
Yeah.
Right?
So thank you for being awesome, Charlotte, and all the people that are starting random bands and zines and podcasts and blogs. Like, it's a really cool time to be here. So we're stoked to be a part of it.
We had a great time at the Visualite.
The Visualite was so much fun.
First Four Finger Records party.
It was the Wilt's first show.
There you go.
And they destroyed it.
They did.
Fortune Teller was one of the best I've ever heard of.
Oh, yeah.
I felt personally like the Rainiers destroyed it.
Yeah.
And if I may say, Leo, may I say?
Go ahead.
Solis destroyed it.
Oh,
it was so
man.
great. You guys were
a lot
awesome.
of fun.
They covered Feist, and it made me cry.
It's we had a great time. It was probably like our longest set ever.
Yeah.
And our first headlining set ever.
And
So,
it was like 150 at the door, which
dude,
we were very happy with that.
Shout out to the Visualite.
Yeah, and Joel Willis for helping us do that.
Yeah, thanks, Joel.
And Blue Amber for taking cool pictures of all the dumb things we do.
Oh man, we are thankful. Also,
lay it on me.
The Abari 2-year anniversary.
So yeah, we did an inside stage. If you were or were not there, that was us. And we had our buddies in Reeves come in and play. And they killed it. They were so great. And then obviously the Wilt played their second show and were just as good as ever. And we actually have the Wilt on tonight.
We do.
So a great interview with Sage
wait.
and an acoustic song later. So stay tuned.
Can't wait.
He brought tears to the Four Fingers headquarters.
He did.
And then the Rainiers played, and it was like everybody piled in because it was so cold outside, and it felt like this rad basement show.
That's awesome.
It was such a fun show. It was one of my favorites.
I am so sad that I missed it.
Leo was sadly not there, and we FaceTimed a bunch. It was very emotional.
I almost cried.
Yeah. Well,
I did.
I understand that.
Such a bummer. But I was on tour.
Yeah.
And I was glad to support from afar. And do as much as I can.
Oh, for sure. Absolutely.
But, hey, thank you for holding down the responsibilities.
Leo, I appreciate you saying that. We had, and they'll be online by the time this posts. We printed some new merch, and it's super cool. All our merch is going to be slightly pinball related, and this new one, if you don't know, when you make it towards the end of the Terminator 2 Judgment Day pinball table, Arnold Schwarzenegger advises you to destroy everything. So our new Four Fingers shirt is Terminator 2 Judgment Day theme.
Talk about the artist.
The artist is Scott Brinkley, local guy. I met him at Heroes Con, one of my favorite comic conventions this year. And rad dude, we hit it off, and so we hit him up to do it, and he knocked it out of the park. It's a really rad shirt.
It looks so good.
It's so good. And we're going to do more stuff with it. We're going to do like an enamel pin and some other
I can't wait.
We just get nerdy on making cool merch, and it all just goes back into making more cool merch.
Yeah.
And, so it's the circle of life, as Elton John once told us.
Elton John, he's doing his last tour ever.
Is that right?
Yeah, it's a world tour.
Oh, man.
We got to
go.
Yeah, I don't know. We got to go, though.
He gave us a great... he really gave the world a gift with the Lion King soundtrack.
Oh,
he doesn't get enough credit for that one.
I love it.
Other things going on. If you don't know what the Odd Boy Collective is...
What's up, boys?
My boys.
Yeah.
They roll super hard. They're a local music blog collective. They throw shows and a lot of other cool stuff. But
Great interview, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
You were on a couple weeks ago?
They do also a podcast, and they had me on and just to talk about what we're doing. And I thought I was hilarious and charming.
Oh, yeah. You sounded so good.
Check that out. Odd Boy Collective. You can search them on the Instagrams. And they got some house shows coming up they're putting on.
Yep.
That look really awesome.
Yeah, totally.
So, thanks again to the Odd Boy crew for having us on, and definitely
love you, boys.
Yeah, we love you so hard. Please check them out also. But yeah, let's get into today.
Yeah, we have a great show.
We got a great show. We've been scheming it for like a month.
Let me say something.
Lay it on me.
Since our last podcast, we had so much good feedback.
Yeah.
I have probably listened to that podcast so much. I'm like on tour. I'm just listening to it. I was fiending to get into the headquarters and get it going. I mean, so many ideas started coming up. And this is a new thing for us. This is like our second episode. I feel like we have the energy.
I think so.
We're ready.
We're rearing to go. And one of my favorite feedbacks we got from the last one, and it's kind of the whole point, is so many people were like, "Oh, I never heard Elevator J before. Now I got his record and I love it."
Dude, that's awesome.
Or like, some of the other bands we played, like people that like the Rainiers had never heard Solis and vice versa.
Right.
And
yeah.
So
and that's a 4-finger goal.
Yeah, and it is. Like, even if they're not on our label, we're going to be playing some Charlotte bands tonight, and they're all awesome. But to kick it off, some faves of ours. I've known Austin Forbes, the singer of Fortune Teller, since he was 10.
Oh, wow. Really?
And, he had like
awesome.
Boys Don't Cry, the Cure t-shirt, even at that age.
Man.
And I remember thinking, like, this kid's cooler than I am. But he's all grown up, and he's in a band called Fortune Teller. And if you were at the Visual Light show that you saw them play, just burn the universe to the ground. This is Fortune Teller's newest single, Please Be Cool.
There was trouble in the corner. He's been eyeing you up and down. Thought he was a pretty cool guy, but I can't figure him out. I wish that he'd be cool. I wish that he'd be cool.
tune.
What a great song, guys.
Yeah, I've seen those cats play a ton, and even in all his other bands, it was always great. But man, the stuff they're putting out lately, and the last show, they were just on so hard. It was so great.
Excuse me.
Nope.
Sorry.
We had a bunch of microwave burritos before we came on tonight.
This episode is sponsored by Burritos.
A 365 brand.
Shut up, Whole Foods.
But yeah, if you haven't checked those guys out yet, like obviously there's a great tune. So
I can't
let's go
wait
for a lot more.
to hear what's next from them.
I know.
I need a record.
Yeah,
Boys,
me too.
Let's hear
Get
it.
on it.
Let's do it.
But you can see, I think probably all of them are baristas.
Oh yeah, Not Just Coffee. Hey, James Yoder from Not Just
Yeah.
Coffee just got like Business Guy of the Year.
That's awesome. He
Or
deserves it, man.
Local business guy.
Guy
of the
runs a
year.
tight ship.
I know. I love that dude.
Yeah.
And what he's doing. But he employs Austin and a couple of his bandmates and
Yeah.
a
Bryson
couple
from
of
the
our
Wilt.
other
Which I
bunch
think
of-
we get into with
yeah,
Sage later.
Totally. I'll dig it.
Yeah, so that was a great tune, and oh,
Oh, buddy. What does this mean?
I think it's time for our. Hold on a second. I played it just that last time, everybody. So, segue before we get into Road Rash is my buddy Choppa. He's a guitar bass tech to the stars.
Yeah.
Speaking of George Thorogood, right?
Yeah.
He was teching for this band that was opening for him, and they were all changing their strings and getting their guitars ready backstage, right? And like really nice Les Paul flat tops.
Yeah.
And George Thorogood walks in, doesn't say hi, doesn't like
Yes.
he's not like, "What's up, guys? Nice to play with you." He walks in with an open Sharpie, picks up their guitars from their hand and
Yes.
autographs the back of it and
Oh, my
hands it back
gosh.
to them and
My
walks
God.
out.
As he
Because
should.
he's just assuming like, "Oh, guys with guitars, they want my autograph."
We should do that. at
Yeah,
shows.
that's my new thing. That was where I was going. Do not bring your bass out around me. I will write at Jeremy Radio on it.
I will ruin your acoustic guitar.
But yeah, if you checked out the last podcast, then you know our favorite segment, Road Rash. And where we share some lovely, funny tour stories. So Leo here.
Oh man.
Hey Leo.
buddy.
He's been on tour for the last month.
Yeah.
But before that, we've spent our fair share of days on the road.
I love the road.
So we could do this for days.
Oh, totally. I think you compared the road to like being at sea.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. I just reread The Old Man and the Sea. Is that what it's called? Or something like that.
Yeah,
There's an
something
old
like that.
man and a sea involved.
Yeah.
And Mike Watt, a big hero of mine, compared tour musicians to sailors.
Yep.
And, you're going port to port. You're
Totally.
making moves.
Oh yeah.
So you're sailing the high
hence us
seas.
drinking rum today.
Right, we do drink a lot of rum. More on that later
I love that
in future
analogy.
episodes.
Yeah,
hopefully.
totally. I love the road so much.
Me too.
It is one of those things where it's like you're out on the road. I've been out I just got back from almost a 4-week
Yeah,
run.
it's a good solid.
Yeah, I mean it's awesome. I love it.
It's the best of times and the worst of times.
Totally.
No
I
question.
think once you get over that 2-week hump, you're like
Right.
smooth sailing.
And then it's like, oh, this is my life. I
Oh,
live in
yeah.
this little cubicle and I stink all the time.
I do have the top bunk on this bus.
Do you have the top
which hurts my brain.
Can I lay it on you though? I love the top bunk.
No.
Except for when it's like 3 a.m. and you got to pee
I
really bad.
know.
I don't like to make the
Totally.
jump.
I know. So,
But other than that, I like the top bunk.
so our drummer Lee Worley and I, we both have top bunks.
Real sweetheart.
I feel like I'm skydiving every time. I gotta go to the bathroom because I mean you're in deep sleep and then you have to go pee and then it's just like, all right, I'm going for it. Where's my parachute? No, but it's been awesome. I mean, I'm just grateful to be in a bus.
Yeah, it's
I've
oh
slept
for sure.
in vans.
We've done a lot of parking
man.
lot sleeping. So
And I have so much respect for those kind of bands. You know,
Excuse me.
I did a tour with Flagship, and
Yeah.
I remember this time.
oh, this is a good one.
So it was such a long drive.
Yeah.
And
You're in a bus?
no,
Or
we're
is it
in a van.
trailer?
Yeah,
Okay.
we're in Drake's van, and So much fun. We bonded so much, but I fell asleep in the very back. I mean, we had the back seat.
Yeah, we call that the bear cave.
Oh, I
the
like
back
it.
seat, yeah.
I call it the lab.
Okay, all right. Two different schools of thought here.
And I fell asleep in the lab.
Okay.
And I woke up the next morning, and I think we were in Boise.
Oh, hey, y'all are sleeping on Boise. That's actually a pretty cool town.
I like Boise. So I wake up because it's just so hot,
Right.
and the sun is just pounding through these windows, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I didn't even make it to the hotel. I fell asleep. I must have told the guys like, I'm fine, I'm gonna make it through. But it's like 6:30 a.m. I opened the back door because it's just like the easiest way out, but the trailer hitch is there, so like the back door is holding the trailer hitch, and like I'm in my skimpies, and
Right.
I get out and I'm like brushing my teeth in between the trailer and the van, and I look over to my right, and there's a Panera Bread, and there's a massive bar on the window overlooking Spaceman brushing his teeth in his skimpies. And I'm like, oh my gosh, what am I doing? What am I doing? It was a great time.
That's awesome.
I love it.
What's your installment of Road Rash this week? You said you had a good one.
I do. I have a great one. So, the lead singer of Fortune Teller has an older brother.
Yeah,
His
he
name
does.
is Devin Forbes.
Great looking guy.
Oh man, he's a sweetie.
I say that a lot. It's just I like to compliment my friends.
Devin's a great dude,
Yeah.
and he used to play for a band, and they hired me to do front of house, so I
Yeah.
was mixing for them.
Multifaceted guy you
I
are.
am. I gotta have it all. But we were doing this tour, and we had a couple of days off, and when you have a couple of days off, you're kind of hoping you're going to be in a bigger city.
Right.
You're going to have a lot to do.
That's the best case
You're
scenario.
going to spend all of your per diem,
Yeah.
which is an allowance for musicians to go.
We call it per boozing.
Yeah, it might as well be. Totally. So we had a couple of days. We had like 3 or 4 days off, and I'm like, I'm so stoked. And we wake up, and we're in Montana, and I'm like, oh, buddy, Devin, what are we gonna do? So Devin and I kind of venture out. I think there was a couple other dudes too with us, but we ventured out, and we on the horizon we see a Little Caesars, and then we see a Dollar Tree, and then we see a Hobby Lobby. And whenever there's a Hobby Lobby,
Yeah.
that's
You're making some paper mache.
oh man, you're gonna make a science project. But we ended up just kind of cruising around. Devin Forbes is like, man, we should get stick and poke tattoos, and I'm like, what? You know how to do that? And he's like, oh man,
As much as anyone knows how to do that.
He's like, I'm from Arizona. So we go to Hobby Lobby. I think we spend like $13.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's like a pencil and some thread.
Oh my god.
And like
and some hepatitis.
It's like a sewing needle and like India ink, which is
Okay.
like what penetrates skin and
Yeah.
stays in your skin. So I'm like, dude, let's do it. And we're going to convince everybody in the band to do it. We're going to do it on the bus. We have 4 days in Montana. There's nothing else we can do.
Yeah, literally.
So we end up getting all the supplies, and we started thinking about, what are we going to get? Because I mean, how intricate can you get with a stick and poke tattoo?
Right.
Like, I mean,
Barely
I barely.
is the answer.
I have seen some like really cool stick and poke tattoos, but Devin was like, we should come up with an acronym, and like, let's get tour tats.
Right.
Like that's what you do. With your buddies, you get tour
Oh,
tats.
it's the best thing to do.
So we started coming up with all these acronyms, and we came up with the most brilliant acronym:
Give it to me.
TRD. The Road Days.
Oh man, that's solid.
We also came up with like 15 other really vulgar ones.
Of course. Can you give me that stick and poke tattoo when this episode concludes?
We will.
Okay.
Devin's on my favorites list. So
we'll live stream it.
Oh yeah, we will get it going. So Devin was like, "This is perfect.
Yeah.
we're gonna do it.
It's a
And
great, fantastic
so,
idea.
Yeah. So he's like, "Who wants to go first?" And I was like, "I'll do it. I don't care."
Yeah.
So I get in the saddle, and and Devin just starts going to
No,
town.
let me stop you there. Did you guys get some Little Caesars?
Hold on, the story is not concluded, sir. So Devin, proceeds to give me the stick and poke tattoo on my ankle.
Of course.
The top of my ankle.
That seems to be the most popular stick and poke spot.
Yeah, I know. I don't know why. So then it was awesome. It looks great. It's still one of my favorite tattoos.
Yeah.
And he kind of did it in a way where it kind of looks like a road, and it's
That's
just
awesome.
like, it's just really cool.
Well, he's an artist.
He is. So, but then Devin is like, "Hey, Leo, you're going to give me my stick and poke tattoo." And I was like, "Yes, let's do this. I can't wait." So I proceed. And he knows how to thread the needle. And there's a certain diameter that you have to, thread the needle. And
There's a wrong way to do it.
totally, or else it's like a machete.
Right.
And you're just like going to town on somebody. So he threads the needle, and till this day, he will say that he threaded this needle. I did not. In any way set Devin up for failure or death. So I begin, we kind of outline it with the Sharpie, and I begin to give him a stick and poke tattoo, and I see Devin's face, and he just starts going white. And I'm like, "Devin, are you okay?
No!
Are you okay?" He's like, "I'm fine. Keep going. You're doing great." He's like coaching me, and I should be coaching him.
While you're stabbing him in the ankle.
I keep going to town, and I'm just like, I'm kind of getting in the groove, and I'm just like, I'm finishing the T at this point. I'm going to the, the period, and then Devin's like, "Stop, hold on, stop. I just need to breathe. I need to breathe. I need to breathe." So I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I killed Devin." I really did do it. So then Devin gets up. He's like, "I need to go outside. I need to get some air." So Devin goes outside, and he's just holding on to the rearview mirror of the bus. And then finally he starts squatting, and he's on his back. And I start yelling, "Get this man some Little Caesars! Get him some Little Caesars!" And then I think the guys ended up getting him like beef jerky and Monster or something.
It's like the last thing you want when you're about to faint.
But then we went back on the bus and we finished that tattoo. We rethreaded the needle.
Pushed through?
Oh
Okay.
man, he's a champion. I love that dude.
Dev is a champion, if nothing
He's
else.
so good. But I'll never forget Montana and the Hobby Lobby.
Oh, that's a good... We've got done a lot on this episode, but it's okay. It's always funny. That was a good road rash.
Thanks, man.
I got a mini one
Yeah, let's hear it.
before our next segment. Who doesn't love tour stories? So I for about 10 years, I was touring a band called Public Radio.
Yeah.
And we were awesome, so check us out. So long story short, Leo, we were on tour in an RV, and we stopped at a little RV park to like dump the pee tanks.
Nice.
And they had a little laundromat, so we were going to do some much needed laundry.
Yeah.
And we noticed that they had these gigantic industrial dryers. Right? Like, and they had this big glass circle for the door. Excuse me. And we were like, it would be really cool. This is back in the MySpace days, mind you. This is 2006,
man.
I believe. Oh, yeah. We're like, it'd be really cool to take some band pics for MySpace.
Yeah.
Where we each got in the dryer and pressed our faces against the giant glass circle. And so I went first, of course.
Yep. Because you're the bass player.
And right. And that's what you're the lemming of the band.
Yeah.
And so the door was open to the said dryer when we walked in.
Right.
And so I go in first. I get in, get comfy, and they close the door. Immediately, there was still some change left in this dryer, and it engages.
No.
And it was so huge that like a rotation of it, like I went completely upside down and fell on my head.
Oh my
and it got hot and started burning me immediately.
Shut up.
Immediately.
Oh
and
my
I can
God.
just see out the glass, everybody with their hands on their head just freaking out.
And they couldn't open the door?
And they were trying and they couldn't get it open.
my.
And I went about 3 full rotations and I just thought, well, this is it. Like, this is how I die. And I gave up and just went limp. And so if you ever wonder how long it takes for me to completely give up the will to live, it's about 15 seconds, apparently. I learned that the hard way. But just seeing the look of shock on their face. And finally they got the door open and pulled me out.
Oh my
And
God.
it was, and then they made sure I was okay, and then we all laughed until we almost
That's
threw up
amazing.
because it was the funniest thing ever. Needless to say, those top 8 picks didn't happen.
That's amazing.
Oh, and that's our Red Rash
that's
for
a
this
great
installment.
story.
That was a good story, right? It's a pretty
Yeah.
funny one. I got a really long, great one about Journey that I told on the Odd Boy podcast, so check that one out.
You should definitely check it out.
They were impressed, but I think Mike's... I don't know that he's easily impressed.
No, I don't think he is,
Yeah.
but he's a sweetie.
He's a sweetie.
At heart.
I love
And
him.
Every time I see him, he's just like, dude, what's up?
Well, speaking of local sweeties,
Yes.
again, we'll gush a little about how much we love Charlotte, but Refresh Records, just the greatest guys. We got to hang with them a little bit, and they're super like supportive, and they're like, anything we can do to help you guys out, let us know. And that just means a lot to me, and it's so
Yeah,
cool
for sure.
But also, even if they were complete jerks, they have so many great bands
Yeah.
on their roster, and so many great like they're doing the cool colored vinyl, and like
I know.
they do it like legit. It's not just like, oh yeah, our buddies do a label.
Yeah, they have a couple awesome releases right
Oh
now.
yeah, like the new Cusco.
Cusco.
Awesome math rock. We would have
Yeah,
played those guys like
sure.
on maybe the next one.
Yeah.
But tonight we will be playing a song by one of my all-time favorite Charlotte bands of the last
dude.
10 years probably. I think that they've been a band, Junior Astronomers.
I know, it's so crazy. When I first met them, so a lot of those boys were working at a grocery store with my wife.
Yeah.
And they all got to hang out before I
That's
ever got to
awesome.
hang out with them. But yeah, they're seriously one of my favorite
Yeah.
local dudes.
I think Terrence is legit one of the best frontmen
Yeah.
on the planet, let alone in
love
Charlotte. Like everybody in that band is
Yeah.
so cool.
Yep. This record is like
It's next level.
a big deal.
Yeah.
Produced by Mike Pepe.
Oh, is
the
that
Pepe
right?
brothers.
I did not know
Mhm.
that. That's awesome.
Yep. And he's out in LA with his band Sleepless.
Yeah.
And they're doing some incredible things,
That's
playing at
awesome.
some of my favorite venues in California. But
Yeah.
he produced it, he mixed it, he engineered it, and I think he did an incredible job. And
Yeah.
I'm
Oh, absolutely.
just
It
stoked to
sounds
like
so good.
know these dudes and like,
Right.
you know, we're in the same city as a lot of them,
And like, I mean, I think in like 07 or 08, they opened for public radio.
oh nice
and it was this
at Tremont.
yeah, it was Tremont, and then we did one at Amos's, and
Nice.
it was like one of the like I'd seen them-
R.I.P. Tremont
Oh, yeah.
and Amos's.
Seriously, oh man, they're both gone. And but they just like blew everybody's mind.
I know.
And they were such a young band at the time, and I was like, why aren't they the biggest band in Charlotte?
know.
And now they are, and they deserve to
Yeah,
be.
totally.
And so like we love them all so much. If for some reason you don't know who Junior Astronomers are,
Right.
like here you go.
Oh, for sure.
Like,
and they
buckle
did
up.
great at the Abari party.
Yeah,
from
oh
what
man,
I heard.
destroyed it. They were so awesome.
That's so cool.
And yeah, I mean they're hitting the road, they're killing it.
Yeah.
It's cool like to see these music blogs I follow that aren't in Carolina
Yeah.
saying like talking about their record,
For
or
sure.
seeing them on tour and just how great they are.
Yeah.
Like so yeah, those boys deserve
And they work hard, and they're
Oh, yeah.
just super humble and
Yeah.
super easy to like get along with and get a beer. And so from the record Body Language, this is That's Why.
Even when I was lost in school, thought these books were just a useless tool. I found no meaning listening to these fools. All this was just gonna make me dull. That's why I'm wasting my time listening to Amy. At least she's right. Even when I was a youngster, I knew we're back and forth like other youngsters do. Didn't know I had to choose what I want at such a young age, though. That's why I'm wasting my time listening to Henry. At least he's right. The counselor told me I should just quit school. I told her I should probably not trust you. I wait this long, I'll probably see this through. Plus there's some girls I'm teaching romance to. That's why I'm wasting my time listening to Marvin. At least he's right. You know there were days
did. I've heard that song, but I haven't listened to it with like ears in.
Oh, yeah,
like
dude.
right now. I'm like, what a great freaking song! It's
I
so
know.
good. Like it's got gut punches in it.
Yeah,
Man.
I've been listening to it for a minute now.
Yeah,
and
what a
it's
great
so
record.
good.
So yeah, now
The,
you
the
know.
whole record is like this.
Yeah, it is.
It's
Every
so
song
good.
on it is awesome. So yeah, if that was your first introduction to Junior Astronomers and Refresh Records, check them out because all the bands on that label are
So
good.
much good stuff happening.
And yeah, and those kids are they're all killing it.
I love it. That's great.
So yeah, next up we had Sage from the Wilt, which is a Four Finger Records band, and awesome group of dudes. We had Sage the singer in earlier tonight and did a little interview and had him play an acoustic song, and it was awesome.
Yeah,
beautiful tune. So yeah, we're gonna go to that interview, and Sage is gonna break your heart on the way out the door.
Stand by.
And here comes the metric system.
Is Du Hast your intro song?
No,
we're saving that for whenever we have Luke Hill on.
Oh, well, rightfully so.
Silence your cell phone, Sage.
Dude, that wasn't mine.
was that me?
That was not me.
Oh,
That was definitely not me.
Nice. We got Sage from the Wilt
Ooh,
in the house.
feeling the love.
Hot young specimen from a hot young band.
Definitely.
it's good to have you, buddy.
Yeah, it's good to be here.
How was the Abari show? We just did the Abari 2-year anniversary.
Yep. That show was so sick.
Really?
So many people came out. It was awesome.
It was so much fun. I was worried about being inside at first because we haven't actually done a show inside of a bar yet, but the wind was so cold outside and everyone was packed in, and it was best case scenario. It was like a rad basement show.
Yeah.
It was so much fun. So yeah, thanks everybody who scoped that out.
We had a bunch of bands on there, which is cool. It was a Four Finger Records stage.
Right.
Which I think we should do a few times a year.
Totally.
That would turn into like a cool little venue.
Oh, I love it.
Everybody crammed in there. That was
We're
sick.
scheming, baby.
All right.
Yeah, we've been talking about it with James and Mike Rice over at
Yeah. The greatest bar on the
Arcade.
planet.
I know. I love it.
Yeah, Reeves opened it up that night, and then the Wilt played, and you guys killed it. It was so awesome. So tell us a little bit about what you guys are, what you're doing.
Well, so
What your plans are for global domination.
Yeah, well, I don't know about that. If we can just
aim low, I like it.
Shoot for the moon, hit the fence post. So I mean, I feel like if we can just stay busy, that's good enough for all of us.
Yeah.
We're just having a good time playing music.
That's awesome.
I've been writing tunes for a long time and doing nothing with them, so
Nice.
it's great to have some dudes behind it that can put like their fresh
Right.
musical taste on. Cause that's the thing, the songs sound like nothing
Right.
like I had initially written them.
Right.
Still just as sad, but
Oh, I love it. Tell us who is in the band.
so we need to give a big round for him. Oh, David Beam on guitar. It's his birthday today. Happy birthday, DB.
My man.
Yeah, I think he really doesn't like being called DB. So DB. Happy
We will
birthday.
refer to him as that henceforth.
Yep, that's the only name. So yeah, we got DB on guitar. Bryson Call, your favorite Not Just Coffee Atherton Hill barista on bass.
Steaming that milk.
Get perfect degrees. He actually does this a special drink. I don't know what it is, but it's like just a little light on the vanilla side.
Oh,
He knows what it is. Just ask him.
Is that what he serves all the girls that come in?
Yeah.
Well,
You like my thresher?
and me.
And you.
All the girls and me. I was like, just give me that special. And he knows. So y'all can ask
It's called
for
the
that.
Tinder latte.
Give me that Bumble. Swipe left.
The Bumble special. That's awesome. Dude, well, I mean, tell us a little about yourself. I mean, where did you grow up? Where'd you come from?
Oh, this is funny. I grew up in real quick, Austin Gray on drums, and we just had a Chris Gladden on the keys.
Oh man, he killed it. It sounded That's so good.
Really?
Yeah, we were like, hey man, we can never play without you.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, dude,
So-
he added so much. It was sick.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome. I'm so sad I missed it.
And then, and then after he was like, man, I'm hearing some like fiddle parts, and I'm like, shut up, dude. Yeah, I'm ready.
Nice.
So anyway, I'm from a little town in southwestern Virginia called Damascus.
Okay.
Ever heard of it? Nope. Nope.
There's something about that in the Bible.
yeah. Everyone wears sandals, but it's because they're hiking the Appalachian Trail.
So is it like kind of like a hippie town, or?
It's the most hippie town.
Really?
I'm about to do this just out of curiosity, but it's
Yeah.
gonna probably
Lay it on
make
me.
everyone laugh.
I can't wait.
I'm typing in Damascus, Virginia.
There we go.
Oh, Virginia.
Yeah, Virginia population.
No,
Are you ready for this?
I can't
Lay it
wait.
on me.
It's even less than I thought. 2016 census said 797 people.
No. I
Check
was
it.
laughing because I thought you were about to say 2,000 people. That's even less.
No, we didn't even crack 800, dude.
And you left.
And I
they were-
left.
They were like, oh man.
I was the only guy that left. Everybody else is still there.
They're trying to keep those numbers up, dude.
Yeah.
This is a small town.
A very small town. No red lights.
No
nothing. We had one restaurant. I think there was a taco joint there. I think it got some flack recently for like a viral YouTube video of the owners kicking somebody out.
Oh, nice.
Ooh.
Yeah. I won't
didn't
go into
see
detail. we made the Jay Leno show once because the police chief got caught dealing meth.
The Damascus special.
The Damascus special, man. Yeah, y'all don't know small towns. You've been there.
Yeah, I thought mine was like 15,000, and I thought that was small.
Yeah, that's massive.
I think that was. I had more in my graduating class than your whole town.
My graduating class was like 59.
People graduated. That's nice.
Well, 59 of us did.
The credits don't transfer to college.
Yeah, it was so fun though. I used to work for the town maintenance department.
Okay.
Which is I basically have weed eat and mow for like 8 hours a day.
No
the whole
way.
town. I could knock it out in like a
What?
week.
No way. You were the guy.
I was the guy.
Well, Jeremy needs some help with this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go in my backyard.
Yeah,
Hop in.
yeah, your landscaping's a little rough. Dude. Yeah,
I can tell you were judging me.
I would get on the mower and go until I hit the Tennessee state line, and I'd just turn around.
I can't cross this border.
So like, nope, you pay extra for that.
It's
bud.
like the movie The Village. You can't cross over.
No, can I see that line? Nope.
They got that technology there.
Look at that. It's so funny because the pavement would change so much, just like on the roads. You'd be like hitting all these bumps and like potholes everywhere, and then you'd hit the line, and it'd be like,
Oh, nice.
then you're on the Autobahn, baby. As soon as you hit that state line.
So, did you move to Charlotte for music then?
No, it's
Okay.
so my wife, she went to SCAD down in Atlanta
Yeah.
for grad school.
Cool.
And we got married while she was down there, so I moved straight to Atlanta after getting married, and then she just took a job in Charlotte.
Was that a pretty big culture shock going to Atlanta?
Yeah, you can imagine. Dude, I was miserable. I was there for like 6 months, and it was just the worst.
Really?
And I was like a newlywed too. It should have been the best 6 months.
Yeah.
But I was just like, man, if you need a carton of milk in
Yeah.
Atlanta, it's like take an hour and a half out of your
Right.
day to fight traffic
Right.
and get that.
Oh man.
It's
How long were
just-
you there for?
6 months.
Okay.
Yeah. So she was like wrapping up her grad school degree when I moved down. So
Now, did you do any music in Atlanta at all, or?
no, and that's what sucked because I'd always been in
Yeah.
bands and played a lot back home. But then, as soon as I moved to Atlanta, every person I reached out to was like, "Yeah, we're good."
Right.
Yeah.
We only do hip hop.
Right.
I was like, "Dude, there's like 700 people back home that say I'm decent." At guitar, I swear.
It's like a little ludicrous. He didn't hit me back. I don't know.
Guys, I got a van. You can put your logo on the side. No, yeah, it didn't work. Atlanta was cruel, man.
Yeah. It's a cruel world.
Good food though.
Yeah.
Oh,
really
yeah,
good
totally.
restaurant.
Vortex all day long,
yeah.
baby.
A little 5 points.
There you go. That's awesome.
Yeah, man.
So she got a job in Charlotte. Is that what?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. She got a job in Charlotte. And we
How
just-
serendipitous.
I know. What a happy
John
accident.
Cusack.
Yes. Yeah, man. Yeah. So, and Charlotte, man, I always said I wanted to move back home, but the longer I'm in Charlotte, the longer I'm gonna stay in Charlotte.
Oh,
It's,
yeah.
it's such a good town, and I just feel like there's so much kind of happening for it right now.
Right. How long have you been in Charlotte?
A little over 4 years.
Nice.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I moved to Charlotte like 10 years ago, and it was like, yeah, it's cool. There's some cool people, but like the last few years is just more and more like Charlotte's awesome. I love it here so
Man.
much. I mean, there's still awesome people, and the scene is getting better and better. And I think the Sabari party was definitely evidence of that.
Yeah.
But like so many awesome restaurants and bars and like cool stuff. Like it's like when we moved back here a few years ago, it was like we could probably move anywhere in the country.
Right.
And I'm just like I want to be in Charlotte. Like I love the vibe here so much.
Yep. And it's coming into its own. I feel like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
For sure.
just in the little bit of time I've been here, it just
Yeah.
the amount that it's changed, it's been crazy.
Yeah, it's
For
really rad.
the better too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Dude, so we have some lightning round questions for you.
Oh. I heard Duhas for a second, so can you give me that real quick? Can you what key that's on?
Don't mess it up, Jerry. Don't mess it up.
Come on.
Yeah.
My brother used to have this old 80s Beamer, but he decked it out with like this massive like subwoofer in the trunk, and we would just blast Duhas.
I don't think I know any other song from them other than that one.
That's the only song you need to know. It's so
I need like
heavy.
a Heffenweisen here.
It's like, what's the heaviest riff known to man?
yeah.
Turn Duhas up until your ears bleed,
Oh,
and
yeah.
that's an experience. I'm glad you guys have that on MIDI trigger.
So we have some lightning round questions for you. And if it's the right answer, you'll get this from Leo.
I like that.
And if it's the wrong answer,
Really
me.
clever
Gotta
sounds.
be quick. Gotta be quick.
now you would think that these questions might not have a right or wrong answer, but you would be wrong. They most definitely do. So you ready here?
I think. I
All
don't know.
right. Well, you can only be so ready.
Yeah.
Okay, number one. You ready, Leo?
I am ready.
Okay. Number one favorite Green Day song.
Oh man. She.
Oh,
Good
that's
answer.
good.
Good
Good
answer. Good. If you said time of your life.
That is a deep cut.
Okay, least favorite Sublime song.
All of them.
Santeria is a dope song.
It is.
Number three, what's Trump's agenda?
I don't even think he knows that one.
If you could be a sea creature, what sea creature would you be?
Man. Gee. Oh, I feel like this is. Oh man, a sea creature,
Yeah.
a pufferfish, dude.
Seahorse was the right
seahorse.
answer.
I was thinking seahorse. Seahorse was in my
Always go with
mind.
your gut.
Yeah.
I was like, they're so small though.
The diamond or the penguin?
Well, rest in peace, the penguin. I'll say the diamond because it exists.
There we go.
Yeah,
good work.
good
Good
one.
work.
Another acceptable answers would have been pinkies.
Yeah.
Number six, Megadeth or Metallica?
Metallica.
Number seven, favorite guitar string?
Guitar string.
Just one. You gotta pick one.
Oh, favorite string.
Favorite string.
Oh, the E string because it's the lowest.
G string is the right answer.
G-string.
Least favorite Wilt member?
It's Austin.
Oh.
Okay, number nine, me or Leo?
Jeremy, purely because I can't help but laugh when I Jeremy, you could
a
tell
good
me
guy.
like my grandmother died and I'd still giggle at it. I don't know why.
Good answer.
Correct answer. Okay, well that
Good lightning round.
yeah, good luck.
Thank you.
You're quick on your feet.
So we're gonna have Sage play an acoustic song for us. What's the name? This is gonna be your guys' next single.
Yeah,
What is
set this up for
This
us, man.
next single, it's gonna be called Old Fire.
Old Fire. I imagine this is a sad song.
Yes.
There's not a lot of
got
up
it.
tempo numbers.
Yeah, it's it's a sad song.
Nice.
Well, you know, it's an optimistic song.
Okay,
That's
yeah,
what it is.
I like that.
Yeah.
Tell us a
Turn
bit
it
about
around.
it.
Well, I realized one day that my own procrastination was working against me, and I was like, hey, I'm just gonna be a yes man a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just go for some opportunities.
Yeah.
So I wrote the song kind of about that, and I think I said "damn" more times than ever in my life in this song.
it.
So I set a record. So if anybody ever says,
That's that Atlanta influence.
yeah. If anybody ever says, "Play the damn song," I'm like, "Oh, the damn song." Got you
Now,
covered.
is this a tune that you wrote before the Wilt banded, or?
Yeah, oddly enough, everything that the Wilt that we've got going is just old stuff I've pulled off of voice memos and whatnot. But what's cool is I can take, I write. Excuse me.
Yeah.
That's the tiki drink. That's the tiki drink right there. That's the January special.
Cheers.
Cheers to that. So I pretty much just write stuff with acoustic and kind of slow and soft. And when I give it to those guys, they just put their own flavor on it, which is cool.
They do for sure. You got a lot of good players in your band, which is like...
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they've got free reign too. It's just like,
cool.
hey, whatever you hear on this, go
Nice.
for it.
That's
So
awesome.
it's everyone kind of. It sounds like
Yeah.
all of us, which is cool.
Is this the first project that you've recorded, put out, kind of branded yourself, or?
No, I've been in a few other bands back
Okay.
home. And when I first moved to Charlotte, I was traveling back a lot and playing with some of those dudes. Buddy Johnny and Jordan, we were in a band called the Dirty White Lies,
Yeah.
which was just so much fun because it was just 70s riff rock,
Right.
just as cliche as that whole
Yeah.
era could
gotta
have been.
lean into
It was
it.
so fun, man, so fun. Yeah, but this is all these songs that I kind of been keeping for myself. This is.
Yeah.
I've given all that to the Wilt and those
That's
guys
awesome.
that put their
Nice.
spin on it. So it's been really cool.
Well, it's been awesome, getting to see y'all for the first time at the Visual, which was your first show.
For
Yeah.
everybody that was there, that was literally their second show.
Yeah.
If you can believe that. 'Cause
Yep.
they came
That's
out the
awesome.
gate swinging.
Yeah, 2 times out, man.
So, introduce the song, and then we'll get into an acoustic performance.
Ooh.
First at the Four Finger
Tinda.
headquarters.
Got it.
All right. This is it's gonna be a song called "Old Fire." It's gonna be the next Wilt single, and I hope you like it.
Tired of wasting my time standing in lines. Too damn scared to do the things I wanna do. Fear keeps holding me down, push my face in the ground. Too damn scared to say the things I want to. I'm just too damn scared to say the things I want to. There's an old fire rising in my soul. There's an old fire telling me to go. 'Cause if you never try, you'll never know. I've been hanging around that same old crowd, so damn bored we don't know what we're gonna do. Just keep wasting away till we're bones in the grave. Too damn stoned to know that we ain't got a clue. Just too damn stoned to know that we ain't got a clue. There's no fire rising in my soul. There's no fire telling me to go. 'Cause if you never try, you'll never know. Don't count me out just yet, I'm still working on my time. too young to have regrets, but they're always on my mind, always on my mind. There's an old fire rising in my soul. There's an old fire and it's telling me to go. There's an old fire rising in my soul. There's an old fire telling me to go. 'Cause if you never try, you never know.
Yeah, buddy.
Dude, that was awesome.
Thank you.
Good tune.
It's a good song.
So yeah, thank you guys so much for joining us. Thanks for Sage from the Wilt for being with us today.
Thanks for having me. This is too cool, and this is a great space for a podcast.
Oh,
Too.
Isn't it just?
It's the
so
headquarters.
Yeah,
It is a headquarters.
I appreciate you noticing that,
Dude, I see this, there's Darth Vader over there. There's
Oh, yeah.
Descendants Coffee.
There you go.
Yeah. I
There's
got,
a daggone Ampeg right there.
I got a Dr. Doom Ultimate Warrior shrine in the corner.
Yeah.
My
I
interior
don't
is-
think I overlooked that. Yeah. I less than Jake Bloom.
Yep, that stands strong. I got that balloon at the Less Than Jake show a month ago. I thought it would flatten out by now, and I'll put it in my special memories box.
That balloon is
Bury it
fully
out back.
erect, man.
It's here to stay, baby.
That's awesome. Dude, thanks so much for coming by.
Yeah,
It's been
thanks
a lot
for
of
having
fun.
me, man.
I hope you
This is
enjoyed the
great.
chips and salsa.
Yeah.
I did.
Thanks Whole Foods for sponsoring us with that salsa. Just kidding, I paid $18 for it. So we're gonna play your guys' most recent single, "Play the People Out." Anything you want to say about it?
Well, this song has about 15 different titles that the band guys like to make fun of, none of which are appropriate for a podcast.
Okay.
So,
they might
And this ain't Joe Rogan.
Joe Rogan, I love the guy. You're going to get me started on the Joe Rogan experience.
He's coming to Charlotte, by the way.
I saw that
Did you
on
see
Bojangles driving here.
Oh, we're trying to get him here Saturday, dude.
I think it'd be a good fit.
If you do, whatever I got to do, I'll be here.
Well, we need more chips and salsa.
Yeah, sometime.
And probably a ton of LSD.
Totally.
I'm a big fan of Theo Vaughn's podcast.
Nice, yeah.
This past weekend, and Joe Rogan had Theo Vaughn on, and I feel like he just steamrolled him. He didn't let him. He didn't let him out of his shell. You know,
Yeah.
he just talked too much.
So you gotta cultivate the guest personality,
You do.
much like we did with you today.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Man.
Let's
Yeah.
talk about this single a little bit, and then we'll play you out here, buddy.
Sure. That's Leo's way to say shut up.
Shut the hell up, dude.
All right, man. Anyway, this song's called "Can't Feel Nothing." We recorded this one up from Morganton with the boy Ricky, right? And yeah, hope you like it.
No, I don't wanna stop. Don't wanna wait it out. Don't wanna cross my fingers till the blood runs down. Don't wanna call just to hear it ring. Gonna sit right back and forget everything until I can't feel nothing. Until I can't feel nothing. Yeah, I'm sitting here until I can't feel nothing. It's funny how things change and come back around. Thought we had something, but it's over now. We couldn't keep a promise. No, I threw my hand through our bedroom door until I can't feel nothing. Until I can't feel nothing. Yeah, I'm sitting here until I can't feel nothing. best you go, honey, wait. It's only 10. You don't understand the kind of hell I'm in. 'Cause now I can't feel nothing. Now I can't feel nothing. Yeah, I've been sitting here. Now I can't feel nothing. Now I can't feel nothing. Now I can't feel nothing. Yeah, I've been sitting here. Now I can't feel
Dude, give me like 2 more tiki drinks. We'd try to do like cover songs.
The drunk acoustic sessions. That's a great idea. It's like drunk history.
Today was gonna be the day.
Everything's coming up Millhouse.